Let's check in now with our election experts, Irondale Mayor James Stewart and Homewood Mayor Jennifer Andrus. And you guys have been watching the results all night. Is this pretty much how you thought it would shape out?
I would say yes. There were not a lot of surprises. Well, in the Democratic side for the Senate, I was surprised that Everett West has had the type of turnout that he's had, and he's leading that particular race there. But the rest of them are kind of played out the way that I believe that we thought that they would end up. We have a few runoffs with the Senate race. We pretty much expected that would come down to Moore and Marshall and Hudson, and that's kind of playing out tonight, even though there's half of the boxes that are still out. But no big surprises, and we're just looking forward to see what's going to happen in those runoff races and then get to the general election in November.
And any thoughts as we look ahead to November, what anything that's happened tonight could mean for the general election in November? Anything standing out to you?
Well, I would first say that anything can happen in a runoff. It's a low turnout. We've already had a low turnout today, so it's going to be an even lower turnout. Again, the confusion with what's happening possibly in August. We don't know. Could be the first week of June before we find that out. So really, several of these races are going to runoffs, which we expected, but what's going to happen in the runoff? That could change. We've seen it before. We've seen someone kind of come up the middle that kind of came out of nowhere, maybe, and take on the person that was in the lead and then win the seat. So or win the nomination for the party and then go on to the general. So anyway, looking forward to seeing what happens in June.
Did you think there might be a bigger turnout considering all the activism based on the Supreme Court decision and redistricting?
I think there was some confusion possibly, and with 6 and 7, that impacts Homewood. Just speaking for us, I think maybe there was some confusion, and I think maybe we're just going to wait until the August election. I don't know. Just it's so important for all of us to take part of this exercise. It's our right as American citizens, and it is so important.
And I would say if there's a lot of excitement that's created at the governor's level, then that should help with all of the other ballots that are down a little bit farther in the election cycle. It should be very interesting. As we sit here tonight, we kind of heard two different ideologies coming from those candidates. We had where Jones was talking about how he wants to be inclusive, everybody has a seat at the table. When he was talking, I thought I was here listening to Matthew 25:31-36, because he wanted to make sure that the basic necessities for the citizens of Irondale, or citizen, or the state of Alabama, I'm here talking for Irondale, that those will be covered for everybody. And then I hear Senator Tuberville talking about how he wants to make sure that he brings the resources to the smaller municipalities to be able to help them out. It'll just be interesting over the next 3 to 4 months to see who will be able to drive their message home and will be clear with what they're saying and how they will be able to reach out to their base as well as to those that are independents that could determine who will be the next governor for the wonderful state of Alabama.
Mayor Stewart, Mayor Andrus, thank you very much.
All right, thank you. A lot could happen between now and November.
That's for sure. Our election coverage continues tonight after the break with updates on more of your key races this evening.